Homecoming Saturday, a victory for Monmouth here at Kessler Field, Monmouth Stadium. Matt Harmon along with Joe Johnson on Hawk Vision, the sophomore defensive back. Joe, maybe with one of the biggest plays of the game. When you think about the way this unfolded, Monmouth went up big 17-0. Cornell comes back because of some special teams mistake, but it was a strip that you had on the second half opening kickoff that Monmouth kind of finally got themselves righted on special teams a little bit, kind of turned the game back around.
Yeah, definitely. We were overdue for a big play on special teams. Going into the half, they had all the momentum, and just coming out, we knew we had to make a play. We knew we either had to pin them deep, give them bad field position, or try to get the ball out. And it just so happened that I was in the right place at the right time and was able to get the ball back for the offense.
Monmouth was able to turn that possession into some points. You know, Joe, talk about, the coaches always say the game split into thirds, offense, defense, and special teams. And for Monmouth, at least, it's a lot of the same guys playing within the special teams unit. But I would think from a defensive standpoint, it's got to be a little frustrating when you guys have that second quarter, because defensively, you played a pretty solid game, but, you can't give teams always short fields to work with.
Exactly. But the one thing that we preach is, on defense, you're not always going to control where they get the ball at. So no matter where you're at on the field, you have to play the same type of defense. You have to you can bend but don't break. They're near the end zone. They might get in, but hell, we're going to play as hard as we can to make sure they don't. So that's basically all it comes down to.
Team leading in tackles today with 6. Monmouth was able to get a couple of turnovers today as well. We talked about your strip, an interception, another fumble as well. When you're turning the other team over, it certainly does make things much easier.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier. We've talked about being a great defense. Being a good defense, we'll make some stops. So being a great defense, we're going to get the ball back for our offense. And then that's what we did. You can see we put a lot of points up on the board because offense was clicking on all cylinders and the defense was giving the ball back. So that's what we have to keep doing.
And it was obvious that you guys took the challenge that maybe you had facing a highly touted quarterback in Jeff Matthews to heart during the week of preparation, because you really did kind of slow him down.
Definitely. He's a great quarterback, probably the best quarterback we've seen all year. I was out here during warm-ups and he was slinging it around and people were watching like it was something serious. But, we definitely took to the challenge because coach challenged us to make sure that we go out there and we have to have a big game. So we felt like it was solely on our shoulders. And as a defensive unit, especially the secondary, we definitely stepped up.
4-4 now through the first 8 weeks of the season. You get next week off. Everybody getting next week off. I'm sure at this point everyone's dealing with something. Know you had the turf toe from a week ago. Yes. So enjoy the bye week, and then looking forward to obviously seeing you guys close out the season with a couple of wins here, and it would be a great year here in 2013.
Definitely. That's the goal now. We have a bye week. Everybody can rest up and get back to 100%, and then we just have to focus on the last 4 games. We have to close out real strong this year.
Sophomore defensive back Joe Johnson with a big play today on special teams and 6 tackles to lead the way defensively. Monmouth wrapping up a 48-23 win on Homecoming Saturday against the Big Red of Cornell. For more on this game and all thing Monmouth sports, we invite you to check out our website at gomuhawks.com.